T-side for GamerLegion, and they start things off with a bang here. They're going to approach with everyone over towards these upper halls. You got Util, you can see being lined up by PR. Looking like he wants to try and pop them in. So m0NESY, first round on train. Let's see how he gets on with these dual Berettas.
E-Box is a very comfortable position. You've got a lot of room there to hide behind. No pistol's going to pop him through it. This is all a bit of a fake out though right now. Got ZTR trying to sell this one as he splits into the bomb site. Flashes do come in. m0NESY blinded, and he still finds that first kill. There's the BX at GamerLegion comes stumbling out, but just playing passive, cannot connect the dots nor the shots, and GamerLegion takes space.
Awkward spot for the Falcons. They're already so far away. They go back, they hunt out that kill on a PR. They at least find him in the back line. But it's a lengthy reroute here with all the space taken. Rez and Torsen have this crossfire teed up. Torsen gonna find one. He'll double. Nico and m0NESY trying to turn this one around. That's the duo the Falcons paid for. And they will save them in this pistol.
Will Tessus waver?
Temporarily, this little gap has opened up with Util coming over. Tessus departs, and that has left the gap open. They're moving in through it. Tessus only just getting back on the line now. Quick trade for Rez. But only 20 seconds left in this round for GamerLegion. They've got to hit the go button. They've got to pick up some pace. Getting past Nico is a tricky prospect. It takes Slen for the trade, but there's waves for this defense. And Kicksan is clean with it. That's the high-impact captain at the heart of the Falcons. This double setup, I mean, m0NESY and Nico ready to just trade contact. It's a great read out of the Falcons. And sure, they sacrifice Magisk for it, but a 2-for-1. Their setup works at the top of the round. Let's see if PR can alleviate any of this pressure. It's a big pickup for him over towards Ivy. That has left a bit of a gap in the armor here for the Falcons, and m0NESY is not able to get on the line in time. PR is out. And has a lot of room to work with here. They lose more players in the downtime, and so PR, the hour grows more desperate for him to make that incision, to make the play that saves this round for GamerLegion. Nothing's being offered. He hasn't found a thing. And m0NESY backing up now, even looks aware of it. Gonna deal with PR. The lurk amounts to naught. It's Slend or it's nothing. 40 seconds left for him to work with. Got to get past this duo of m0NESY and Nico. Started the pistol round off fantastically for the Falcons, did these two, and they've been keeping it up.
Oh, wait.
Nico not overextending, waiting for m0NESY to call the shot. Slend doing all he can to bait this, but nothing given. There's the pickup on m0NESY, but Nico there. The synergy between these two displayed in the 2v1.
Just a reliable 2v1. And Slend knows what's going on. He saw Nico's foot. So GamerLegion perhaps not feeling completely out of room here on this T side, just wanting a couple rounds near the end, trying to break in off of another 4-buy. Slend's going to go Ivy side with the AWP. m0NESY starts in a perfect position, but it's still a crouch peek that comes up for GamerLegion. Finally, an advantage that Falcons cannot respond to. This is the setup GamerLegion need. What will they do with it?
Nico about to fight this. Oh, that's clean out of Rez.
All right, don't lose this round now. They're going to play active into this B site and uncover it early. Doesn't look like it. So GamerLegion is just going to waltz out and deliver their first.
I mean, this seems to be how GamerLegion are looking to problem solve the Falcons conundrum here on train. It's about these slower rounds, finding the one good kill that shapes the whole round up for you. These up-tempo rushes over towards B have never panned out, and so I think we're going to get more rounds like this before all is said and done.
Just so reliant on your entry kills, right? I mean, it is T-side train. You have to get those 5-on-4s. Good nades.
Good nades, sure, but Falcons still got all the position, right? Kicksan and Nico both just barreling through the util. It's a keen trade out of Torsen, but he can't afford to fall here. Playing forward, he's going to look for a little bit more. Nico and Magis now control this upper area of the map, and m0NESY extends that lead even further. 4-on-3.
Needs to come very early in the round, constricting GamerLegion on what they would hope is standard control. Falcons are denying that. Often starting with 2 or 3 players here. That's awkward for Nico, caught out. So GamerLegion take the opportunity.
I mean, that's kind of the test for Falcons here, is it is a test of their patience, right? Are they prepared to sit back and wait for these rounds to peter out? Because playing their hand a little fast here has cost them that man advantage. And now they've lost m0NESY as well. Tessez having to smoke himself off here, but he is trapped and bottlenecked in at the back of the site. GamerLegion moving in for a bomb plant. This was a Falcons round dead to rights. But 1 kill given up has suddenly brought GamerLegion right back in. It's only Tessez left and he doesn't know where to look. These are slow, grueling rounds out of GamerLegion. They hope that Falcons... Let's see what conclusions they come to after that timeout. Falcons feel like they give that last round away. For GamerLegion, it felt like it went according to plan. These opening kills are weighted very heavily, and so PR taking a risk like this to try and snipe some from the round. Gets m0NESY for free, bypasses Tessez over in Ivy. Get trapped in here. His teammates Molotov as well, so you hope that doesn't cost them everything. PR still making moves, still making plays, keeps the round alive for GamerLegion. But his roll is slowed, trapped now between Magisk in the connector and Tessez over towards Ivy. That's a convincing swing to find the AWP. This lurk from Torsen, unexpected. So Tessez has to do it alone. He first goes looking for PR, the man that slipped past him earlier on.
Nose bomb.
Dane on the other side of the server, but Torsen more of a space taker. Trying to clutch this round out now in the 1v1. Tessez on the swing! Perfectly played. Great control and 4 kills from Tessez.
Free smoke for the molly. PR wants to take a fight. He knows they've been crossing pop a lot, so space getting taken by GamerLegion to start this round. What a shot for PR. Quick counter strafe, knocks out the captain of Falcons. There's a flank in play, but none of this matters if his team can't hold the site. Nico's under pressure, Molly on the bomb, and he's getting spat through that smoke as well. Somehow Nico survives, not for long, and we're waiting on this flank to save the round. Otherwise, GamerLegion full control.
Tessez is the one they've been waiting for. And this flank in through main finally arrives, trying to milk it for all he can. Tessez only given 1 kill. Decides to take it early, got the info that PR makes it in towards back 6, and now m0NESY has him in a box. He is stuck here with nowhere to go.
Good awareness from Magist that they could just bail from this plan. They only know 1 player's position.
Trapped all of GamerLegion are. Yeah. PR collected for free, that's the kill they knew about. Magisk has had them trapped similarly over towards the connector. He doesn't make his move yet, instead letting the fights come to him. Magisk giving GamerLegion a taste of their own medicine with this late swing through the connector.
Super well played for Magisk. You can see how uncomfortable that is for Rez. He just doesn't want to be the initiator there.
The last few times they've run these triple setups, GamerLegion have not even made a dent. So many crosshairs on you as you appear into the bomb site here. You need that opening, you need that first kill. They're going to get past Magisk. Kickstand falls as well. Nico next on the chopping block as GamerLegion break through this hole. Can Tessez turn the tide?
So it seems like it. Honestly getting flashed back out. They're so blind, they're stuck in the site, and Tessez finds 4 out of 5. Just swinging in. GamerLegion so uncomfortable right now. GamerLegion find the scraps, you know they need it.
And this is where things get real awkward, like ZTR 1 and 10, bottom of the board, kind of having a focus on either cooling the game and how the rounds are playing out or upping his individual level. Might feel like he never even gets going here on Train. Getting him on his early outings on this map in the Falcons jersey doesn't look like it's paid off for GamerLegion at all.
Tessez played this so well as well, that smoke fading. He could even force the kills if he wants. He's considering both sides as GamerLegion creep through these halls.
Falls down there. PR and Slend with openings, but getting the openings hasn't been the problem for GamerLegion. It's closing out in these 4v2s, 4v3s this time. No such issue. Only Magisk left. They don't know where he's gotten to. He's been pretty nimble on his feet as Magisk here. The only thing he has is that element of surprise. Even that looks to go away, making his play out now. It's held, it's considered. GamerLegion, not many rounds found on this T side. They've got to hope that 3 is enough to get them through it. Let's see how they start things off.
Yeah, on the bright side at least, the CT side statistically is considerably stronger for GamerLegion, but you have no excuse when it comes to a 9-3 half. You need that pistol, you need it now. Torsen dealing with a B rush, he's got the Julies out, and they're already gone.
Already a far more bombastic opening. 3 players charging towards this B site. It's in the mid round that Falcons are going to get tricky with it, and that's because m0NESY has gotten all the way out through main, finding ZTR. Nico dead first in this round, but Falcons still in it. It was that duo that turned around the pistol in the first half. m0NESY tries to battle further forward. They've got the plant locked in. GamerLegion trapped on the extremities.
Yeah, bomb plant for Con as well. There's just no getting back into this bomb site. Falcons aren't giving away the kills.
We're just waiting for GamerLegion, hoping that someone slips up, that something gets given over, but Falcons are unwavering. They don't need to peek. They've got these crossfires set up and ready to go. And so the fights never arrive for GamerLegion, never given the chance. They've got to go seek it out. Slend is seeking. Quick double. Looking for even more. Tessez hears him on the run-up, and back turn, pistol round secured. Tessez lights out so far in this quarterfinal, right up there alongside Nico. I mean, Slime's AWP was like the closest thing you had to consistent output for GamerLegion. So at least that gets to make an appearance here before their map pick in this quarterfinal is gone. PR falls first. That's meant to be the hot prospect in this GamerLegion squad, and his last round played in this map will be spent watching on.
Considering the bombs in upper, we have a double Ivy lurk here for the Falcons.
Shot from the AWP, a second follow-up miss from m0NESY, and now the gap closing as they move in.
Go on.
Trying to close the gap on the m0NESY AWP. Rez full sends. Meanwhile, the rest of the Falcons get out into this B site. Torsen still here, hadn't moved a muscle. Nico's gonna find him after 1. GamerLegion, that little glimmer of hope that Rez and Co provided, gonna get snatched away. ZTR and Slend are world apart, and there's still this lurk of m0NESY moving through the back line. GamerLegion out with a whimper here as they get swallowed up whole on the stage. Domination from the Falcons to open up this quarterfinal. It is not close. It is no contest. So you want to see a good pistol round put forth. That would at least give you a little collection of rounds right off the top, something to build back with. Now in the yard is where Falcons look to maneuver. Rez and Torsen finding the openings, but there's m0NESY looking to reclaim these kills. It's just a 1-for-1. Tessez tapped out as well, and it's only Kixan left standing in the blink of an eye. He finds himself 1v3.
Buying time. But GamerLegion are not chucking this one away. They're not going to walk into Kixan. He's got to go searching past Slend into Secret, and that bomb is all the way out by Hell. No easy route for Kixan. Nor the gun for the job.
They are looking on as well, ready to tap him out when Kixan tries to cross. He's going to go now, swings early, and will catch Kixan out in no man's land. So GamerLegion on the board with a pistol. Guns out for the Falcons, bonus round for GamerLegion. Double nades into that top side won't find their mark. That's because GamerLegion are playing aggressive on these SMGs. Wow. They try to crunch into the lobby. ZTR is now the only survivor from that push. Hung out to dry at the back of the door. He's living on a timing, and m0NESY will go and get him. Lobby push, nice idea, proactive move for GamerLegion. But it's one that Falcons are more than ready for. m0NESY putting on a clinic sends them packing from that lobby control.
Craziest part about that is they should be aware, right? Like GamerLegion here, the double nade on roof, they know it's a perfect time to go, but Falcons are so prepared for the push into the lobby. But it does show the awareness of the Falcons not to make a mistake, not to get caught off guard by a low buy. Slend ain't getting out of here alive.
Nice feeling from Odyssey getting to stretch his legs a little bit as well, right? Wasn't really a requirement on the opening map, didn't need to. They've got a lot of util out from GamerLegion right off the top of this round, and now GamerLegion surprisingly rotate 2 players down towards lower. That's right, as Falcons double pump this util into the top site, they're high and dry away from this round. It's only Torsen here. There is this lurking through the lobby. PR's got to really thread the needle though, and it's being considered. Nico holding on. That flank was really what the round lived or died upon. And with PR finding nothing, it might be another one of these rounds where just one kill in the right place decides the outcome.
Yeah, not sure about that one. I don't know what he expected.
1900 loss at the end of that round, so there's no way to get that gun back. It's gone forever.
It's a super weird sign from ZTR. He's usually got a great head on his shoulders, great understanding. That's not a surprising bomb death on this map. You know there are only a few spots you can really save on, right? Back secret being one of them, which he could have gotten to in time. He's waiting for a kill that's never going to appear. Now GamerLegion try to force those kills. Smokes come down again. The lobby push is denied, and Falcons, as far as GamerLegion are aware, flying blind. Crossing secret.
To tell you that.
Yeah, you can have the lobby here. It's not going to make a world of difference. Magiska's on top of the roof. Might miss this timing, but easily done. Just wants to keep alive here as Falcons have already won the round on this B-bomb site. Now they don't even feel safe to save. I mean, look at Magiska's angle right now. He's not even letting them get T-spawn. This is ratty. Ramp is a nice move, but it may be where Falcons exit as well. This could be a bloodbath, and that's not what GamerLegion need right now. They need these guns.
Yeah, in particular, the AWP. That's the big ticket item they're looking to hold on to. Another rifle would shore up the buy and make sure they have everything, but Nico is here to try and take these guns away. Can he make this an expensive round? No, we'll get caught looking the wrong way. So GamerLegion at least get out with 3 guns.
Still got to go back ramp for it.
Oh, wait. Kicksan's now making his move as well. Showing ZTR how it's done, playing close to the site. Plucks him out of the round again. That's 2 saves denied back-to-back for GamerLegion. Assuming that means you're getting the late outside smokes, right? If he already has to go back to the spawn to get the bomb. Nico gonna try and make it across, spots that all back in garage, now the smokes land. So already they can feel GamerLegion having to shuffle this defense around. Monacy will open, PR bested in that head-to-head over towards ramp.
Great clear for Monacy. On and off angle was PR, but just walks out upper sight and he finds a kill for free. Maybe a bit of prep here on positions GamerLegion like to play. He hard cleared that angle. 4v3, full control of this round and the map. Falcons go out ramp.
GamerLegion are having to play very reactive, and so in these moments, you need something big. You need Rez to dig deep here, as he's the only player down on this lower site. ZTR will make it down in time to lend a helping hand here. Plays through the door, gets all the way in there alongside Kicksan, and now tries to stick this. Taps on the bomb, baits the shots out. ZTR gets spammed to death. And so the attempt at something cheeky from the captain of GamerLegion does not come through.
It's, again, though, a little confusing. He taps it, but he doesn't move out the smoke, right? He's not even full sticking, but he's also still sitting on the bomb. Of course he gets spammed. A nice try for ZTR, but not meant to be in that post one. I feel like a stick was his best option. Honestly, he's just been hard entering ramp on his own. A lot of individuals making moves here for the Falcons that are all paying off right now.
It's also the scary bit. I don't feel like Falcons have had to delve particularly deep into the playbook thus far on the team side.
Nico's a nuisance in yard, pushing secret player back, and they just collapse on ramp in these rounds. Oh, spam through the smoke. That's something. ZTR opens up. They don't know about PR now. He can pop his head up and find a second kill. That's more like it for GamerLegion. A little bit of luck goes a long way.
Managed to find success in a round like this on the back of the timeout. You feel like maybe the game's back afoot and GamerLegion can look to warm up into this quarterfinal. 5-on-3 been delivered to them from these kills out in the yard, and Slen takes it one step further.
Just give ramp. You don't need this control. You've got a guy down B already, and re-peeking into Monacy could be a big mistake, and GamerLegion realized that. Slen backing all the way out. Bomb loose. Nothing but the lobby. No getting out of here alive. And it's clean.
From feeling like at any moment they were in control of this series. Straight away, Nico over the silo, trying to drop in. He'll crater. Caught on the spam. Magis makes it down the vent in the meantime. ZTR taken out of the round. Torsen will hold the line on this top side. Tesses doesn't get to move in. Now Magisk is the only tool at the disposal of the Falcons. Makes it down through Secret, and it doesn't look like GamerLegion are aware. All the way through this B site now, he's hot on their heels with the backstab, and Slend is looking the wrong way. This kill brings Falcons into a 3v3. It opens up the play into lower, and it lets Falcons know they've got the wall over GamerLegion's eyes right now.
Such a great move, and in the chaos of Nico falling, they didn't realize a player got down the vent. No idea for GamerLegion. They got to find out and scramble quickly. Call their jets in this 3v3. It's nice. Monacy backs up. He won't take much damage. GamerLegion move through. This door can be swung open whenever Magisk wants, and there's 3 players ready to clash with the Kalash down in lower. Double kill. GamerLegion locked out of the round in the post plan. Rez can try, but it's too tall a task.
Just have such a powerful post plan here, holding onto the double doors with all 3 players. There's nothing Rez can do. And that's frustrating, right? This guy's been having an unreal showing across Melbourne so far, but this one is just out of your hands. No individual prowess going to bring you back into that 1v3, and won't even get out with the AK. He's very short-lived for GamerLegion.
Really nice set play for Falcons just to have a guy down vent, and yeah, I think the Nico fall is a big distraction while all that goes on. They're putting pressure in the lobby. It looks silly, but he got caught by a wide swing behind the red. It's a hell of a molly. Faking upper, Slend, will he waver?
He's on a good line for this AWP just to find one and get back, but it's Nico you're up against.
Yes.
Clean tap secures that foothold over lower. The AWP gone, never even gets to fire a bullet. And Monacy now at the front of the pack finds PR. Piece by piece, GamerLegion picked apart, and it's not even close. Rez once more is left looking on. Same exact position as last round. Just having to come to terms with the disparity between these teams.
And there are a lot of factors in this matchup, as we've already set up, right? Not just the stage and the pressure, but one thing that is so clear right now is Falcons are just hitting harder. They are shooting better. They are making it look easy. Every kill on a plate. Magisk farming up out A site. Monacy clean entries on ramp. And that Nico peek onto the AWP. Nobody is safe.
I think the thing that's felt so scary about this game is it's not even like Falcons have really been like setting the pace or the pace or the precedent for how these rounds are going to get played. I think for the most part they're letting GamerLegion, not wanting to fly dark and operate on the unknowns here. They want the info ahead of time, and Nico might get found here. Looking like he was about to just start creeping past.
Of course he'll check it. It would be so Nico. The fake outside by breaking nades, hopefully helping. Rez got spotted, or at least he forces that kill. That is something, but it won't last long. Unable to survive. Tesses stops him on his retreat. At 40 seconds to cross late outside, that's the last thing you're expecting. This might be another save.
Falcons just know they have GamerLegion so jumpy, so nervous, that they're going to fall for whatever tricks they level against them. PR makes it down here first, looking for that kill that brings GamerLegion in for a retake. But instead, it's bad to worse for GamerLegion. This AWP getting chased down.
Yes.
Tesses will deny the save. And so it's right back to where we left off. Falcons beating up on GamerLegion. Maybe even looking to hunt here down the stretch. I mean, for the most part, Falcons have respected these saves. They've let GamerLegion get out with these guns. And I mean, like, he's smiling away, but it's not like he's had these fantastic individual moments on Nuke. He hasn't been required to.
Oh, well.
Finally gets his one there. The entry found out towards ramp, and the rest of Falcons, they completely changed the pace in this final round of the half. Very fast go at the lower take. Rez there, but just good for one. As Falcons storm the board, Kixon sends a message in the final round of this first half. You are playing at our mercy. This is our server. Slend and Torsen left to try and battle back in. But smoke's down and they're not clearing for a moment yet. The players to be made by GamerLegion. Kixan will send us into that halftime. 4 kills deep, 9 rounds locked in. Domination. So the nerves get to them. And Kixan calls rings around them. They need this pistol now, and it's not started strong. m0NESY's dualies double up. Torsen with the trade brings us back into a 3-on-3. There's at least a plant available here for GamerLegion.
Yeah, no overcommit to that Heaven fight. They just want the bomb down and post-plant positions. Make Falcons work for it here. Don't give it up on a silver platter. Retake utility coming in. The GamerLegion are up ahead of it.
Down, that's going to give a path open to get NiKo through these vents. Tries to slip on through it. Kixan thins the herd. ZTR tapped out, and they know about Torsen at the back of the site. NiKo trying to find this last player, can't get around Slend, and it comes down to this 1v1. Kixan does not have the time, and so has to bow out of it. GamerLegion on the board in the pistol.
Doesn't even re-peek. Doesn't want to let Slend get that ult money, I guess. It's not like he's saving anything, but it's a saved game, perhaps, for GamerLegion, finding a pistol after a dismal defensive half. Good time for a gamble. It just joins NiKo down low, but they may feel like they have to play a bit aggressive here, force the kill. They believe in the secret cross. They've seen players making it to be Molotov ready. NiKo's got to commit. He's going to be forced forward by that. It lands very deep on the stairs. He plays off Magic's contact. NiKo gets a triple. He's back in the server at the right time to win this force buy, and PR's got no bomb, no chance. 10 rounds to the Falcons. NiKo just steals it away like that. Awkward Molotov. Sure, it goes deep, but doesn't uncover NiKo until it's too late. They don't feel that same burn, that same burden. Quick to close are the Falcons on this top hit. Can anyone break the mold? Kixon doubles up. There's no Molotov to reposition him. He comes flying in. And GamerLegion have nothing to show for the playoffs of Melbourne. They came in here with a bang, defeating FaZe 2-0, but they will leave with a whimper. Accept your fate, Slend.
Very locked in on m0NESY here for the second map. Wasn't a requirement to open the quarterfinal, but getting the flex on them on Nuke. And so this is it for GamerLegion. This is their last buy. It's a collection of Tech 9s, a fast call down towards Secret. They at least have the space. But they don't have the firepower, don't have the manpower, don't have the grit for this as Tessez drops on in. The beginning of the end. 4 kills away from those semi-finals are the Falcons. And they'll look to pick it up how this entire series has gone. Composed, cool, not feeling the pressure. A pit in the stomach of GamerLegion, and a pit opens under them on the stage as it looks to swallow them whole. On that defuse, Slend won't have a chance to stop this, and so Falcons stick at semi-finals secured. And that sleeping giant of the Falcons, well and truly awake now, back-to-back playoffs.